had to write down a little list because I read a little more this week than I
Oh,
did last week.
oh, I also read more than last week, but I didn't read anything last week, so
Uh-huh.
I've read like three things. Two.
I guess I'll start with One Piece again. I read One Piece, chapter 1144, 1145. We got some Loki lore. There are a bunch of fires
Yeah.
happening that the characters are putting out. The big bad guys have already shown up, but they're having like a brunch. They're having a brunch like right above everyone else. They're just kind of watching. They're like, ha ha ha, peasants. And that's kind of that whole thing. I read chapter 73 of Kagurabachi. So last week I said Kagurabachi is a modern samurai thing. That is a real strong disservice to Kagurabachi. Basically, it takes place in modern Japan. There are sorcerers, but there are also people who wield enchanted blades, and these enchanted blades were made by the main character's dad. He blacksmithed 12 enchanted blades to fight some war. This island showed up off the like coast of Japan and started like invading Japan, and they sent like people to go deal with it. Normal people couldn't deal with it. They sent people with the swords. They dealt with it, and something happened. The main character's dad was assassinated. He's a little older now, and
Yeah.
he's trying to recover all the enchanted blades
12
because
swords.
he has one, and it yeah, he has an enchanted blade. Each of them do something different. Like he fought this guy with a lightning blade, which was really cool. But they all do something. It's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy it. And I'll send you some of the panels. Some of the panels just look really cool. It's like they're like certain movie shots, and I'm like, wow. And it looks really. It would translate very well to an anime.
So
But
when
yeah,
are we getting 12 sword style, Shad?
I'm waiting. He's got one sword. He carried like his basic sword, his enchanted sword, and then he carries like a short blade, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's the manga I read. Those are the base manga I read every week. But next week, One Piece has a break, but I'll have Kagurabachi. So,
Sure.
but going into my comics, I read the World's Finest book. It was a Batman Superman adventure and like some other stories along with it.
Tell
Some
us.
Kryptonian was broke out of the Phantom Zone, and they had a Kryptonian disease, but it made him like a werewolf. And he scratched this lady, and she became a were unicorn that they dubbed
Yup.
it.
Yup.
But it,
You told me this. Yup. There it is.
yeah, but it was close to like a centaur, and then she scratched Batman. And they became like a werebat, and Superman like had to fly both of them to the other side of the Earth whenever the full moon showed up. And he was like, "How are we going to solve this?" Then he gave them a blood transfusion. They're like, "It works." And I was like, "That's not how it works," but all right. There was a Green Arrow book, it was fine. There was a Black Lightning book, it was fine. But then I got to Hawkman, and I was like, "I'm not reading a Hawkman issue." And then behind that was a Captain Marvel issue. I was like, "I'm not making it to Captain Marvel either." Maybe next month I'll read them, but I had no interest. There's that. I've been reading Batgirl. That's not something I brought up. The All In Batgirl with Cassandra Cain.
Oh, I like Cassandra Cain a lot.
I like I like Cassandra Cain too. Shiva shows up in Gotham, and there are these like zombie characters called the Unburied that have shown up, and they're trying to take down Shiva and a bunch of ancillary characters around her. And Shiva pulled up to Gotham and be like, "Hey, we gotta go." And Cassandra's like, "I'm not leaving. I'm gonna go to Batman." And she's like, "If you go and get the Bat people involved, they're probably all gonna get murdered." And so she leaves with Shiva, and they've gone on a quest, but she doesn't trust Shiva. And I was like, fair enough. I was like, she's a horrible lady. But Batgirl's been a lot of fun. I read Absolute Batman. Did you read the last Absolute Batman?
I'm through issue 5.
Yes. I read issue 5 Absolute Batman and then issue 5 Wonder Woman. I really liked the end of the Batman one.
How does that one end again? I'm blank.
Batman shows up to meet with Black Mask,
Oh yeah,
and then
and goes back on his deal because he was gonna give
yeah,
them like $5 million to let them do their thing, and Alfred's like, Bruce, just well, he doesn't know he's Bruce. He's like, dude, just do it. It's gonna help you so much. And he's like, oh, fine. And I will say, I was kind of like, oh, are they really gonna do this to my boy? And he's like, ha, punch. And then doesn't he kind of get his butt handed to him?
yeah, he takes all the money, he shapes it into the bat symbol, and he lights it on fire to make like a bat symbol in the sky.
Yeah.
And then he fights all of them, but then it gets beat. But I like the guy from earlier in the series that he chops his hand off with his axe,
Yep.
and that guy jumps on him on his back, and then he uses his spikes to impale him. And I was like, that's crazy.
You're having a bad week at work, huh, bud?
Yeah, but then he goes home, and then Black Mask like tells Gotham like, "Hey, join in on the games, and I was like, oh, that's horrible. I was like, that's bad.
Now, I also read Absolute Wonder Woman 5.
I really liked Absolute Wonder Woman 5.
So did I.
That's the end of my stuff. If you want to talk about Absolute Woman 5, Wonder Woman,
Yes. So, some background here. So, the Absolute Wonder Woman. In case you haven't known, well, first off, it's a really good series. You should all read it.
that's correct.
I've been liking it. But she got trapped on Cersei's island, which is basically hell, and she's the last of the Amazons, and she gave up her arm to send Steve Trevor back to the world of men. And she's like a sorceress and has all sorts of magical powers and goodies, and is really cool, and has a big sword, a
Mm,
Buster sword.
mm. It
But
got bigger.
she shows up, and this thing called the Tetraside's terrorizing the city, the four deaths. And it has some crazy powers. It makes you like basically kill yourself if you hear it. So then she uses somatic to make them all deaf. And then she gets a robot arm. And then she pulls out some more magic and she turns into Medusa
Mm.
and she makes the Tetraside stone. And then Trevor's like, Diana, you're my friend. Please come back. Please stop being Medusa. And then she does.
I'm interested in the implications of that shapeshifting rope because
That's crazy.
I'm like, if they fought Darkseid, would she be able to turn to Darkseid? Like, what? What are
How
the
does it
limitations?
like what? Like that's a crazy power up.
This is a great power up.
Also, she was talking to some god thing on her island. I think it
Was
was a
that
flashback.
Hecate?
What was it?
Hecate, the god of magic?
Maybe.
I think so.
I don't know, but it was crazy and yeah, and she's just there and she was really really cool and she beat the big monster and I
Yeah,
wonder what comes next.
I like how they're like, oh wow, happy ending, and then she gets like yoinked.
She does get yoinked. I forgot she got yoinked. Yoink.
I need to read the Superman one. I read like the first two issues of Superman, but I really enjoyed Wonder Woman and Batman.
The Superman one is my least favorite so far, but that's just because we haven't gotten a lot of Clark yet. He's pulling the Batman mysterious and brooding card.
Yeah,
So like it's kind of focusing on Lois right now, which I don't hate. To be clear, I like the book a lot. I just I feel like I know the least about Absolute Superman of them,
I got you.
which isn't a bad thing, but Absolute Flash, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter start soon.
I'm really excited about those as well.
The Martian Manhunter one looks so trippy and the art looks so cool.
I've been seeing like at the back of I think the Wonder Woman one, it showed a little blurb of the Absolute Flash. I was like, I like his outfit, and it's Wally West, and I was like, that's cool.
I don't know a whole lot about them yet. I like to go in blind to these because they're new characters.
Yeah,
I just know that the art looks absolutely insane for Absolute Martian Manhunter.
absolutely insane.
Like it looks so good, ha, ha, ha.
Ah,
But it looks so good.
what's Randy
He's
doing?
just vibing, right? Right, Randy? I also read some Batman. This is still the James Tinian run.
Yeah,
Secret Files, The Signal, which I know very little about The Signal.
I also know very little about Signal.
But he has powers. I knew that. Didn't get how his powers work till here. Also, there were some old friends
What
who
are his powers?
he can manipulate the light,
Oh,
but like he can't like Green Lantern make stuff, but like, he can turn invisible, blind people, and he's the only member of the Bat family who can work during the day. That is his job. He has a daytime shift.
interesting.
And I'm like, that's a cool little layer that I kind of really, really like. But yeah, some old friends from some Robin War or I Am Robin
Yep, I am
storyline.
Robin.
I never read it. I don't got it, but they show back up and they have powers now. Unclear. One of them steals Duke Signal's powers and infiltrates the white market,
All right,
which is like the black market, but for like C and D tier list villains.
that's hilarious.
And they literally call them C and D tier villains. Uh, like Prometheus is there. I'm trying to remember who else, but they're like selling all these gadgets, and they're like, "This is how you're gonna beat the Justice League," and it's very clearly just kind of a like scam.
Yeah,
So the person steals Duke's powers. I think her name's Rook. I don't fully remember, but she's
mm,
like, "I'm invisible. I'm gonna track down the people who killed our parents or something like that, some tragic backstory. So she's like invisible, and then she accidentally sets off some alarm right as signals getting potentially a cure to the Joker virus because his parents have it.
Didn't they die? I thought they died.
They're alive right now. They might die,
I don't know.
but they are
What?
currently in a hospital because they have it. But so then he has to fight his way out of the white market. Kind of gets his butt beat a little bit. He wakes up. Batman's like, "I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing. I've been tracking the white market for forever. They're in the win now because your friends suck." And he's like, "They aren't my friends anymore." And then it ends.
What Batman stuff have you read, or it's just been Signal stuff?
Well, that was the Signal Secret Files, and then I read because that was like an interlude in the Batman run. So I'm currently in the lead up to Fear State.
Oh, the Scarecrow thing.
Yes. So I read a little bit more with that, a couple more issues. Ghostmaker's here, really like Ghost Maker. Clown Hunter pops in and out. I kind of like him. He's a little whiny for my taste. What else was there? The Unsanity Collective. They're like
What?
they're like a techno new age thing. They're like, we are rejecting sanity. We are unsane, not insane. Little cheesy, but they're kind of cool.
Have
Uh,
you met Miracle Molly? I think her
yes,
name is. Yeah.
yes. She has the fancy eye. Uh,
Yeah.
the Peacekeeper Magistrates just raided the Unsanity Collective.
I should read some of that because I was really into Future State, and the Peacekeeper Magistrate are the main villains of Future State.
See, I didn't read Future State, but this is Fear State.
Yep.
Simon Saint, I think is his name is some weird shady billionaire who souped up an old Arkham guard who has a history of violence with this basically super suit. It's an Iron Man suit. Let's be real here.
Got it.
And he fights Batman, and honestly, Batman kind of struggles. He
Interesting.
hasn't outright lost, but he hasn't outright won either. It's kind of just been a draw the couple times they fought. And the whole time, Simon Saint's secretly working for Scarecrow, who's screwing with the city without using fear toxin. He's just putting scarecrows up in little like to make people like freak out. So the mayor signs on for this magistrate program. Ooh, burpy burp. And yeah, so they take on the Unsanity, who they've convinced is working for Scarecrow, but really he's secretly working for Scarecrow. And they're like, Batman's helping them. Must be a bad guy now. And then Scarecrow shockingly betrays Simon Saint and injects the magistrate with, quote, the largest dose of fear toxin I've ever given a human being. And he runs out to the city, still souped up, losing his marbles. And that's where I left off. Really like Scarecrow's look. It's very jarring. And his like lines, like his speech bubbles are like they kind of like I don't even know how to say this. Like if Echo was visual, like the like word is like reflected multiple times.
I'm googling what he looks like in Fear State. Oh wow.
Like it's jarring, but it works.
I like the straw hat, but the gas mask and the needle fingers.
Yeah, no,
That's
like
crazy.
it's really cool.
I'm coming back.
Let's see. Where's his here? I'm gonna share one on this screen real quick. Okay,
Maybe.
here we go. Here's a good example. Boom, right there. So we can see how his like words have a like outline to the
Yeah.
speech bubbles, and yeah, the really creepy. Oh hey, this is I oh no, this is after, but yeah, this dude, the redhead, is the guy he souped up with fear toxin and is
The Arkham Guard.
yeah, former Arkham guard. I can't think of his name.
Oh, that's good enough for me.
Oh well. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I read. I think Fear State starts the next issue, so I like read the whole lead up.
I read a. I didn't finish the issue, but I was reading a little bit more of the New Gods, and then I had to like. I think I started reading it before I had theater, and then I had to leave.
Yeah.
But I got to see more Mr. Miracle. I was like, that's fun. Outside of that, have you watched anything? Have you been watching Daredevil? I have not been
Daredevil,
watching
so
Daredevil.
caught up on Daredevil Born again. Still really loving it. It's
Yeah,
so good. And I'm
I've been-
re-watching the Netflix old one. I'm about a little over halfway through season one. It's still so good.
have you gone to the hallway fight yet?
That's episode 2. I was shocked. It was
Really?
Yeah, exactly. I was shocked it was so early. It's episode two. I think it's episode 2 or 3. Pretty sure
But it's
it's
just, but it's still early.
yeah, it's so early.
Wow.
Yeah, Stick just showed up. Him and Matt fought.
Ugh.
Nobu's getting ready to do his thing.
I started showing Chloe some Batman Brave and the Bold because she had never seen it, and I was just putting something on to have in the background. But
Uh-huh.
Chloe was a big fan. She really likes Blue Beetle. I was like, Blue Beetle's a lot of fun in this show. Brave and the Bold Aquaman is probably one of my favorite iterations of Aquaman. Like he's so much fun to just have on screen. She really likes how Batman is presented in the show because
What a movie.
he's not like edgelord Batman. He's clearly the most serious person there,
Yeah,
but you get a lot of his monologue, and it's not like edgy monologue. It's him just surveying what's happening around him.
it's very campy.
It is very campy, and I appreciate it. At the end of the Rise of the Blue Beetle episode, he was like, "I wanted to take Blue Beetle to see if he had what it takes to be a hero, but I watched him become a hero." It's just good. I guess outside of that, One Piece is coming back this upcoming Saturday, which I'm very excited about. We got the Spider Verse release dates.
And some teaser images. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have seen the teaser images.
They look so good, but they always look good. But 2027.
And we got the Spider-Man Brand New Day release date as well. New
Wait,
Tom
that
Holland
was
movie.
that was real?
Yep.
I thought that was an April Fool's thing, and I just
I was really upset because both of those things were dropped on April Fools. I'm like, why would you do this?
I checked the Spider-Verse, but I genuinely thought the brand new day thing was an April Fool's joke and just brushed it off.
Yep. It's called Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Crazy. I thought that the title was good. Just the poster that I saw, now that might have been fan made,
It could have
looked
been.
looked kind of low
I,
budget.
I think all they've released is the Spider-Man title and then the title Brand New Day. I don't
Okay,
think they've released anything besides that.
then that could also be why I thought it was some April Fool's joke.
But
Crazy.
yeah, that's all I've read and all I've really watched this week. I watched other stuff, but not really related. I assume you're gonna keep reading Batman. I don't need to do anything. I'll read Superman, maybe.
Absolute Superman issue 5 comes out next week, I think.
Yeah, I think I just need to read all of them in one sitting, and maybe I'll feel
Yeah,
better about it. Unsure, but yeah, that's all I read. That's all I really watched this week. Anything else from you?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I haven't really been up to much else.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining me, and we'll do this next week.
On Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I didn't watch much of Dragon Ball Z Kai.
That's the only one that I watched.